What if I told you you never have to feel writer's block ever again? What if the real reason isn't writer's block at all, but something you can actually solve? If you've ever had a brilliant idea, opened your laptop and stared at a blank screen when the words won't come to you, this video is for you. Writer's block isn't something mystical that comes out of nowhere. It's actually something much more practical, like pressure, perfectionism, or a lack of clarity that is actually stopping you. And those are the things that you can actually solve. In this video, I'm going to share the 5 steps that I take to get me back on track. Not every step will resonate equally, as every author's process is unique, but this will shift something for you to help you keep making progress on your writing. Most of the time, writer's block isn't about the writing at all. Step 1, identify the real root cause. Instead of saying, I have writer's block, try asking yourself, what's actually going on here? Is it the story? Is it the theme of your story? Or that you don't understand it well enough? Are you unclear about what happens next? Is there a problem with the character's motivation? Is there a problem with the plot? Have you got a character that actually fits no purpose to the story and are unsure what to do with them? Maybe you need to change their purpose or cut them from the story entirely. It could be a number of these things, but you need to take the time to figure that out if you're struggling to make any progress. That said, it doesn't actually need to be something related to the writing. It could actually be something a lot more personal to you. Are you tired, stressed, distracted, overwhelmed? Let me give you a real example from when I was writing the first draft of my book. Before pausing, before taking a break, I'd spent 5 nights in a row writing until 3 AM, and I was getting up for a job that started at 8, so I was getting up around 7. I was running on 4 hours of sleep for a week. What do you think eventually happened? I crashed out after work on a Friday, went for a nap at 5 PM, and didn't wake up until 2 AM Saturday morning. I didn't touch my draft for weeks after that. Anyone else would have thought it's because I've got writer's block that I'm not writing, but it wasn't that at all. I was exhausted. The importance is that I recognized it and I did something about it, and all I needed to do was to fix my sleeping pattern. So the next time you're feeling stuck, take a step back and be honest with yourself. What exactly is stopping you right now? Let me and the viewers know in the comments what you think it is, and we'll see if we can help. If we've not yet met, by the way, I'm Charlie. I'm a writer helping writers write, and if you found the first step helpful, make sure you smash the like button so you can do your bit for the algorithm. Step 2 is to remove the pressure to be good. A lot of writer's block is the need for perfection. You sit there writing, trying to think of the perfect word to use the first time around. By doing that, what you're actually telling me is that you're scared of getting it wrong. You're scared of wasting any time trying to correct it later. So you sit and write and think because you've not got the right word. You get the thesaurus out, you're scowling at it, you can't find the right word, and actually you're wasting time. Yes, you actually waste more time trying to perfect it the first time around than you would if you just wrote it badly and moved on. So write a terrible version. Just write what comes to mind first without thinking of a better word or a prettier phrase. Just move on. Let it be clunky, let it be unfinished, because the goal of that first draft isn't to be perfect. Momentum matters more than polish. At this stage, when you write badly and keep going, you create movement, and movement creates confidence. Eventually you end up with a full draft, and that's something that you can improve. I could do a whole video on the first draft, and it's something that I will do in the future, so if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe. Now you might be thinking at this stage, Charlie, all of this sounds good in theory, but what if I'm still stuck? My advice, step 3, write something else. Sometimes you're not blocked, you're just working on the wrong thing right now. If that exact scene or chapter isn't working for you right now, then put it away. Move on, go on to the next chapter. Go on to a scene that's actually exciting to you, the one that you've been thinking about the entire time you've been writing the book. Jump to that if you haven't already, because I know most people would have probably written that first. Find something else within that project that you're excited about and write it. That's my point. Maybe even try exploring with a conversation between 2 characters that you've already written that isn't directly related to the story, but just experiment with that. You never know, it might actually end up in the book. And remembering step 2, you don't need to make it perfect. I actually often find myself turning to a new project instead of working on the current one, which is how I've fallen into the trap of having lots of unfinished projects. But that is something I am working on by following these steps. And it might be something you actually need to work on a new project to take your mind off the current one because you've just been too close to it. A new project doesn't have to be a big, epic 3-part, 5-part series. It could be a short story, or it could be a small chapter that's actually a spin-off of your current work, but with different characters. Or if that fails, you could try writing in a new genre that you haven't tried yet, but you might actually like it and distract yourself further following that new idea. It's up to you. Every writer's process is different. The key is that you're still writing. And you'll be surprised just how powerful your subconscious can be when you're not focusing on something. Because often while you're working on something else, your subconscious can work out the answers to the problem that you had earlier. And if that happens, go back to it. Now, the next step I actually saw on Reddit when I was searching for the answers to writer's block myself, and it actually works. Copy other authors. Who's your favorite author? Write their name in the comments. Next time you're struggling, go and copy their work, literally. But I don't mean with the intention of publishing and plagiarizing and pretending that work is your own. No, I mean take your favorite author's book and write it out word for word. This exercise requires very little focus and zero pressure to get it right. And in the same way that reading can spark your creativity, copying the writing of other known published authors can have the same effect. You can return to your work with that spark that you found and continue making progress on your actual project. And as a bonus, it's actually a really good way to study good writing. You're copying word for word what's already worked, what's already got published. If you wanted to, you could take it a step further and actually write down how you felt when reading it or typing it up, and then see if you can replicate the emotions that you were feeling in your own writing. And if all of that fails, the next step you could take, step 5, is to talk about it. Something else I like to do if I'm feeling exhausted about the writing is to talk to another writer about it instead. You might be thinking that writing is a really lonely hobby or profession, and it is, but it doesn't have to be. Sometimes connecting with other people who are in the same position as you can remind you that you're not alone. And it doesn't have to be a writer. Bounce ideas off someone you trust, a friend, a partner, another family member. Talk through your plot holes, talk about your characters, what they want, what are their flaws, and try and figure it out together. If you haven't got many people that are willing to listen to your ideas and you're looking for a place that you can talk to other writers, my Discord community does just that. And I will link it in the description for you to check it out. It's completely free. There is a paid subscription that opens up a new area to the Discord, but you can just join it and treat it as a freebie and speak to other writers. If the link doesn't work, try opening it in another browser, or if not, feel free to message me on my socials and I will try and figure it out and get you invited to the server. Because sometimes it expires even though I set it to never expire. Technology. Before we wrap up, I've got a bonus tip. If all of that fails, then just step away intentionally. Follow the usual advice, go for a walk, take a nap, read a different book, whatever it is that you want to do. Because there's a difference between avoiding your work and intentionally taking a break. Don't close your laptop thinking that you can't do it. Close your laptop and tell yourself, I'll come back to this tomorrow. So they're the 5 steps that I take to help me smash through writer's block. We identify the real root problem. It could be something more deep-rooted or something personal to you. We remove the pressure to be good. Don't waste time trying to perfect it right away. We try writing something else. Maybe this isn't the project you should be working on right now. Try writing a different thing. Copy other authors. Find your favorite author, find your favorite book, and type it out word for word. And to talk about it. Vocalize your thoughts, vocalize the problems, and see if you can solve it with somebody else. If you take anything away from this video, let it be that having writer's block doesn't mean you're not a writer, and it's not evidence that you've run out of ideas. It's usually one of the things I've already talked about in this video. If you think you know the answer to what triggers your writer's block, share it in the comments with me, because that's the first step to eliminating the problem, is to recognize what is starting it. And remember, every author's process is unique. With every piece of writing advice you ever receive, take what works and build your own process. And just keep going. The only real way to stay blocked is to stop writing altogether. Don't fall victim to that. If you found any of this useful, be sure to smash the like button and share this with a writer friend that you know struggles with writer's block too, because it might just help them finish their book. If you're worried that no one's going to read your book when you finish writing it, be sure to check out this video next. Thank you for watching this one. I will see you in the next one.